check. There we land. I check. There. Okay, it's plenty quiet. Hope this kind of solves the issue. I hope this will kind of solve the issue. Everything being too quiet. Okay, it's plenty quiet. This way. So, this will kind of solve the issue. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along. Everything being too quiet. And it's plenty quiet. This way. So, this will kind of... Okay, this does work. That's good to hear. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along. Let me just pin the announcement. So, yeah, apologies that we are missing a lot of graphics today. New PC, so I haven't quite managed to set everything up. Nonetheless, I hope the volume of the microphone is okay. Hello, Ramon. So, I'm kind of going for a little slide there. It's tricky pit lane, that is for sure. So, the last round of Season 1 being the infamous Sebring circuits. And I love you too, Ramon. The infamous Sebring circuits here in the US. We're gonna have a closer look at that later on. Unfortunately, there'll also be no intro or some sorts of that, because I'll have to figure out why exactly this LMU is not doing what it is supposed to do at the moment. Okay. Should be working, but it doesn't. So let me try to set this up again. Oh, don't mind that. It'll disappear in seconds. That's one of the few downsides from getting a new PC. Experience some issues like this, unfortunately. So, there we go. Nice, finally. So, we are here, we are up and running. Practice at the moment, 10 minutes to go. Currently spectating Gizonfeld as the drivers are starting to join the lobby. It is the last round of the season, and we are having a small grid here tonight. Around 20 people expected to be here tonight. Only 3 of the hypercar variety, which is why we have removed the hypercar qualifying session and will let the 3 hypercars qualify with the LMP2 class instead. It's also a big day for Season 2, because we're going to be announcing the calendars for next season 29. So, oh, oops, I'm not sending that. We'll have to take some last minute precautions. So, indeed, Bob. Lovely start. So what are we gonna talk about now? So let's get the obvious out of the way. We have still 2 championship fights currently going on. One of them being Jasper Kuismanen and Alphonse Verlin in the LMP2 class. The Prema pilots being just barely ahead of the Hertz Team Jota car with the number 28. If I'm not mistaken, it's merely... it should be merely... It's exactly 4 points separating the two of them. Whereas in the constructors it's even closer between Prema and the Hertz Team Jota team, where only 2 points separate the two, with Prema having the advantage over the Hertz Team Jota with 101 to 99 points. Whereas in LMGT3 there's still one more championship up for taking, being the drivers. Corey Jasper probably being the favorite to win this one, currently sitting in second place, but the number 70 BMW of Mauro Lataio is not attending today's round, so Corey Jasper will have to score 7 points while also outscoring teammates Alderic St. Jules and Lamborghini driver Edward Penner in the number 60 Lamborghini, who are all here today and already in practice. And there is also Alphonse Verlin, who's in the lobby, who's managed to join the lobby as well. Whereas Jasper Kuismanen currently with a 153.4, he didn't seem too confident last time I talked with him. It's not a great track for the Prema driver, and he'll have to limit the damage as good as he can. As long as Alphonse Verlin, even if Alphonse Verlin does win and get a pole position, the pole positioner, he'll have 16 points. Jasper Kuismanen on the other hand will have 12 points, which would set them equal. But considering Jasper Kuismanen has overall more podiums than Alphonse Verlin, he'll be the champion. But to be fair, let's not count out the other LMP2 cars. The Zonneveld, which is the number 35 Alpine we are seeing here, is one of those people that we can expect for fighting for the win, since he has won the last 2 races. Minecraft is going for a spin there, currently topping the leaderboard in LMP2. Number 32 Inter-Europol competition car. He hasn't had a great season thus far, and I think he is also waiting to close it out. He cannot wait to close it out for next season, as we remain with 5 minutes in practice. And looking at the LMGT3 fields. We are still missing a bunch of them. So we are, as well as oh, I forgot again how to pronounce his name. Ashton Udon. I think it was something like this, I'm not entirely sure. Who will be in the number 3 Cadillac once again. And will be looking to claim 3rd place in the Hypercar Championship. We will only have 60 minutes here today, as well as only 30 minutes of qualifying. So we are not as tight as usually on the schedule. But nonetheless, let's hope we can have a good race. And also these guys are hoping for a good race. They're 2 Prema cars. Jake Van Lere and Jasper Kuismanen. They have the advantage of being 2-1, but Jake still having some PC issues. It hasn't helped the Prema team at all. Let's just put it this way. Kind of also why he is still sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard. So, as we see the LMP2 prototype, we'll look at the calendar for next season. As we'll have 8 rounds on the calendar, 1 more round in this season in our new Hypercar LMGT3 splits. Yes, the LMP2s are getting removed from the grids as we start off the season at the 31st of August with a 60 minutes of Qatar, the full layout there. Then 1 week later we head over to Imola with another 60-minute race. Then a 90-minute race at Spa-Francorchamps, a 60-minute race at Brazil, a 60-minute race at Kota, a 60-minute race at Fuji. Then round 7, the infamous 2.4 hours of Le Mans making their comeback, and we'll end the season where we started this one at the Bahrain International Circuit on the 19th of October 2025. All races will include a 30-minute practice session, 50-minute qualifyings for LMGT3 and Hypercar separated, like they are at the moment, a 60-minute race except for those 2 special rounds, and the WEC teams and liveries, 2 cars a team, the 2025 cars. So, and since we have a lot more signings than attendance, because also some people just tuning in and, well, don't want to race for the last 2 races, or just simply because of the summer break, it's too inconvenient for them. Mainly because this is a Monday league as well, which will change to being a Sunday and a Saturday league, as we will be looking at the planned Season 2 split, which will include 15 cars, or 16 cars of the LMP2 category. I think it was 16. If not, my apologies for that. And a grid of between 10 and 15 LMGT3, we'll have to see about that, who will be driving on the Saturdays and be joining the Split 1 grid for the likes of Spa-Francorchamps and Le Mans all of them in fact, not only the LMP2 class but also the LMGT3 class, with the 60 minutes of Portugal, the 60 minutes of Monza, then the 90 minutes of Spa on a Sunday, then the 60 minutes of Kota, the 60 minutes of Imola, the 60 minutes of Qatar, the 2.4 hours of Le Mans, and the 60 minutes of Bahrain. And forgot to mention it, but Kota and Qatar will be racing on the shortened versions of the tracks for a little bit more packed action, and in favor of the two slower classes. So that will be your calendars. They will also be posted in the they'll also be posted on the Discord. Make sure to join that, as we are now skipping to nighttime here qualifying. There's still a lot of GT3 drivers missing. 12 people were on the attendance. Only 6 at the moment in the lobby. A grid of 9 LMP2 cars. And, well, 2 prototypes. No, there's no rain since this kind of is a desert. So, leaving the pits right now. First one being Jasper Whitfield in the number 88 Proton Competition Mustang. So, Jasper Whitfield, usually a Porsche driver, we might see him in Season 2, we'll definitely see about that, but I was Pracker 3 seconds faster. I think usually Thomas Robotham is the faster of the two. So, currently 3 people joining. So, let's watch Whitfield on his lap. Some problems with one of the hypercars not being able to connect the lobby, the third one of them. Now Whitfield goes around the final corner. Let's go one time around the track with him. For all of those who are unfamiliar with the Sebring, turn 1. Now, it is a corner that you can take at quite high speeds, and it's a 90-degree corner, a very long 90-degree corner. You can take it in 3rd or 4th gear. That's all depending on the car, really. As now you have a slight kink to the right before you get a 90-degree turn to the left, another slight kink to the right, as well as another 90-degree turn to the left. Whitfield a bit careful on the apex, but the Mustang is not that good in the slow corners. Its strength lies in these long straight sections. Now into the hairpin, which is a chicane on its own, into the S's, and into the second sector. Hard on the brakes, down into second gear for this long right-hand turn, which is being followed by a left-hand turn. There's an awful lot of S sections on this track, and as you probably can see, there's not a lot of room to make mistakes. The walls are quite far, but there's also not a lot of asphalt. So if you go wide, you go onto the grass or the gravel, and well, it's not as bad as it would be in a Formula 1 car, but still, these cars are not built for rally, so they're gonna be having a hard time keeping the car straight at times. As we now go down onto the back straight, foot to the floor. This is where the Mustang really excels. Down the straight and into the last corner. This is quite possibly the trickiest corner. For the first bit it's kind of flat, but then you need to lift, then the brake comes into play. 180-degree corner. Whitfield could have used a little bit more on the exit there from what I'm seeing, but the American goes to the line and it'll be a 2:08. Edward Penner, Corey Jason improving to a 2:05. Edward Penner right on the rear of him, only 7 tenths separate those two. Keep in mind, those first laps are not representative of the actual pace, since the tires still have to warm up. Whitfield on the second run. This is a good thing that you can do in these cars, just absolutely send it for a couple of laps so you can get into the rhythm, and in 50 minutes you can do quite a lot of laps. I would feel definitely in the first sector is looking much better, much quicker now. He's gone a little bit too deep in here and gone a little bit wide on the exits. Absolutely no braking here in GT3 car. Only for these last two S's. Onto the long straight he goes once again. You can take a lot of curb here. The curb is a couple of meters wide. Now back in the sunset corner, which is what this corner is named. And overextends the car, and ooh, a little touch with the wall. This will not be great for the rear bumper. Penner not being able to commit as much on this lap, will have to go again. Got a lot of compromise quite a bit there on the exit. The Lamborghini driver still in the fight for the championship. His other exit Jules improves to third. This is also his banker lap. Aaron links back through the S's in sector 1. Hard on the throttle there. The Lamborghini, we're not going to see it in split 1 next season anymore, because it's not on the grid currently in the WEC, which is what the split 1 grid will be modeled after. But that does mean, on the other hand, that we're going to see the Mercedes AMG and the Aston Martin Valkyrie. have some support for Jasper Kuismanen in the chat. Most of the championships, especially in hypercar, are already taken, so therefore people don't really bother racing these last 2 races after the mod. Seeing as both championships are already taken, and really from those who are racing, it's only the championship leaders and championship contenders, because, well, Sebring is not really the most fun track to drive for most drivers. Edward Penner, another American driver that does call this track home, will surely be loving it. Yes, Thomas will So currently Corey Chase leads his teammate in qualifying Edward Penner. Let's see how much the Lamborghini driver can improve. Currently third in the standings and in qualifying as well. Morris Hodges not going out again and was having some connection issues with 2 of the drivers in hypercar. Let's hope they can find a way in, otherwise Norbert Precker is going to have a lone race. Thomas Rumble also set to join in a second. So, 2 more GT3 drivers and 2 more LMP2 drivers coming. But currently, in the GT3 class, only. Hello, Norbert. This could be a long race for you. But I appreciate the fact that you always come to every race, despite hypercar being well, a little bit thin this season. The hypercars or the hypercar will go out with the LMP2 class together. Yes, and the lone hypercar driver, Norbert Precker, will go out with the LMP2 class, and I think that's LMGT3 qualifying kind of done and dusted. It's an Lexus 1-2 head of Edward Panner, Andrew Taylor in P4, Jess Whitfield P5, and Ben Morris Hodges P6, and Thomas Rumble will also Ash Aldong still having issues with the game, with the lobby not accepting the lobby code. Which is plenty worse, but pretty unfortunate as well. We're here now with the prototype qualifying. Yeah, that's the only good thing about this session, Mohammed. Raman, I think he's doing last to first. Car's now leaving the pit lane. The lone hypercar leads them. The LMP2 pack. I mean, it's kind of good practice for him, and maybe we'll have. Mohammed, if you're watching, could you please? Mohammed, if you're watching, could you please check the general? Yeah, he's currently the only hypercar driver because our other two hypercar drivers are not being allowed into the lobby. Oh, and Mr. Ashner has managed to join us. Long Cadillac, so let's watch Guy Sonnenfeld. He's currently going through the final corner for the LMP2s. And we'll start off the session with a 56 flats. Cameron Thompson seemingly made a mistake there, but to be fair, his tires won't be warm with that short into the qualifying session. Jasper Kuismanen almost getting caught up there by his teammate Jack Van Dara. That wouldn't have been good for Bremner, but it all went well. Jasper Kuismanen now to the line. 21. Yeah, that is a 21-0. Lost a lot of time in that final sector. Got caught at the end of his teammates. Alphonse Verline, not that much better though at the moment. Dimitri Baudet goes up into second place. Keep in mind those are the first couple of laps, therefore it's not gonna be their respective lap time. 2 more GT3s arriving on the scene. They will not be allowed to complete a qualifying lap, so Thomas Rumble will also have to start from the back of the grid in GT3. Kind of reminds me of one of these splits we were doing at 7 PM today. Jabe on a default setup, yes indeed. Now Minecraft in the first sector lost a lot of time there, an 84.0. That is not particularly quick. That is more like GT3 pace. It takes a lot of time to get heat into these tires with these conditions. Jake, by the way, is there any reason you're not in the lobby? Because you're allowed to join. So, Minecraft now improving on his time, 3/10 behind class leading, or actually at the moment overall, whole time of the Zonfeld. Snowcracker has come into the pit lane, maybe has had some damage, but at the moment, this could be generational. If an LMP2 car is actually going to take pole position here. The LMP2 is not that far off the hypercar around here. So it's probably one of the best tracks for the LMP2 class. In real life, the Vanville hypercar was struggling for a lot of laps to get past the LMP2s. You don't have the code. Wait. Let me DM it to you. I gave it to you over Discord. Still got 8 minutes left. Keep in mind it's the number 34. To be fair, 51.3 is a pretty quick time, and I think that's personally beyond that what Jasper, what Kuismanen and Alphonse Valley were confident to be able to produce. Alphonse Valley now with a 53.3. Minecraft jumps P4. Still improves in the first sector, but the first sector is where Guy Zonneveld finds the most time. It's not an easy track. Quite possibly the hardest track on that we have on the calendar alongside Le Mans. Guy Zonneveld going for a ride there over the curbs and with 2 wheels on dirt. Minecraft up into third place. Jake Van Lera crosses the line to actually stay 13th. He made a mistake then on the tracker now to the top of the leaderboard with a 1:49.0. Not really a contest for the 51 car. These LMP2 prototypes. They are very tough racing. Would be even better if you were here tonight. Jasper Kuismanen currently in P6. Struggling a lot to keep that Prema car up and running at the moment. Jaden van Ravenstein joins us. It's the final LP2. I'm not entirely sure, but he might have the wrong livery on, but it doesn't matter all that much. Car is still the same. Now Dimitri Baudet. Currently 4th in class, just 9/10 of Minecraft. Will cross the line. It's a personal improvement. It's even fastest in the last sector. It's a 53.9. It's not enough for an improvement, but he's that much closer to Minecraft. We're currently having an argument in chat or whether Frederick Vesti or Albert Lindblad is the better Formula 2 driver. Very interesting. Not to spark any debate, but I personally go for Albert Lindblad. But now, Frederick Vesti also incredible driver, especially in the number 311 Cadillac, as Dimitri Baudet goes for a spin and is off into the gravel. I think Jake Van Lera did want to start this race from pit lane. The PC issues. This is Alphonse Valley currently here, we're seeing here. It's definitely, it feels pretty good for me to just reduce the grid size. Not to reduce the grid size, reduce the race length because of the reduced grid to diet of only 17 cars. Usually it's around 25 to 26 cars. Well, that is the problem of being a Monday league. We're not the only league that has problems like these. VMS Silver Split, which is on a... I think it's a Thursday, I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely a weekday. Also only, I think it was 16 drivers. So we're definitely not the only league with that problem. Which is why we will be moving to the weekends. For the better. Now Ashnall Mall has come out of the pit lane. The Irishman Cameron Thompson, P6, Jasper Kuismanen jumps to P5. It's still 7 seconds between, and it's 7 seconds between him and the leader, the overall leader. At the moment, the gap between him and his on belt is about 4 seconds, and he needs to find some time to get past Dimitri Baudet, which he'll need to find 1.3 seconds, and Bode is not too far off my craft either, so it could be a potential P3 for Jasper Kuismanen here in qualifying. He's on a Welt now into the pit lane. That is his qualifying over. So it'll all come down to what Alphonse Valley can produce. And he's in the pit lane as well. So it's only my craft, it's Jaden van Ravenstein, and it's Jasper Kuismanen, and it's Cameron Thompson. My craft will have the time to go one more round the ring. But will he have the fuel too? Will he have the tires too? That is the question. I am personally a big fan of Arvid Lindblad. I am not a big fan of hating on the others. As Minecraft goes purple in the last sector, extends that lead barely over Dimitri Bode. As Jasper Kuismanen now in P3. He'll have to find 1.1 more seconds on that lap to challenge Alphonse Valley. So we have yellows. It might have been Jaden van Ravenstein. It wasn't. He's gonna cross the line now. It won't be an improvement. He just barely misses out on beating Cameron Thompson. So it's only these two LMP2 drivers. Just Kuismanen and my craft, as well as Cameron Thompson, South African. Cameron Thompson, not the best of laps for him. I think that's basically qualifying for him over, and I don't think my craft is gonna improve either. Unless he has a mega last sector here. .8 seconds off the leading car. It might be just enough. It's gonna be very close, but I think that sealed the deal for my craft. I don't think he'll be able to improve. Over Jasper Kuismanen. Into the last turn he goes. The trickiest turn of the bunch. Onto the throttle. I said both drivers are good. And he doesn't beat Kuismanen. So with that, Norbert So with that, oh no, practice results, starting order, there we land. So let's have a look at the starting order real quick. It's not going to be Norbert Pracker, then Ashton O'Donnell will start second, not Guy Zonfeld. Guy Zonfeld will start third, then Alphonse Valley and Jasper Kuismanen. They will stay right alongside each other. Magnus, no, that's bugged. The other, there's more than one. Minecraft and Dimitri Bode. Then Cameron Thompson and Jaden van Ravenstein in the number. This picture says the number 34. Enter then the GT3 grid being led by Corey Jason ahead of Eldrick St. Jules, Edward Penner and Andrew Taylor in P4. P5 will go to Jess Whitfield. Jack Van Leeuwen will not start 14th, he'll start with the LMP2 class. Ashton O'Donnell will also start with the hypercar. As Ben Morris Hodges will start at the back of GT3 alongside Thomas Rumble. Yeah, which is essentially your grid for the day. Be right back. This is gonna... Jasper Kuismanen did qualify in P3. Actually, what did remind me is something did remind the IMSA commentator of me, being how he mentioned how next season is going to be that much better, how they're going to change the rules. Sounds a bit like me.
Formation
But it's true.
has started.
So, Nobelprecker will lead National No and Guy Sonnefeld. This gives me an awful lot of 2022 vibes. Or 2021 vibes, just 2 Toyotas, 2 real hypercars and a bunch of modified LMP1 and LMP, or in this case LMP2 cars. Well, can't wait for the finals for the next season. But well, we still got season 1 to finish, and we'll do it here at Sebring. What will happen here at Sebring tonight? As the 2 hypercars line up alongside.
Green flag.
And we go, Ashton No with a better start here then. The Ferrari of Nobelprecker already seals the deal coming into turn 1. What about the LMP2 cars? Let's look at them. Keys on the field, leads them. Jasper Kuismanen down the inside, and Alphonse Verlin there into turn 1. The 2 cars side by side. Alphonse Verlin onto the grass there, and that chink. Jasper Kuismanen has done enough. Minecraft also now looking at going past Alphonse Verlin. Almost goes into the side of Jasper Kuismanen. Kraft and Verlin now side by side. A bit of punting, and Kraft gets ahead. And Baudet also gets ahead. Alphonse Verlin, not the best of starts, down to P5. Jake Van Leeuwen and Jaden Van Ravenstein fighting with Cameron Thompson, the South African, trying to get ahead of the Inter-Europol competition car, the number 34. Jaden Van Ravenstein late on the brakes there on Alphonse Verlin. Alphonse Verlin will have the advantage over Jaden Van Ravenstein. But I think this is how we'll end lap 1, as Guy Sonnefeld is awfully close to the likes of the 2 hypercars, as Nobelprecker retakes the lead from National No. In the LMGT3 class, Corey Jason has already quite easily gotten a 2-second gap, and Thomas Rumble from the back of the grid, P3 in the chase of Alderic St. Jules. Edward Panner down in P6, now on the rear of Andrew Taylor. There, I think he might have had contact with Jess Whitfield, and that is the Mustang without a rear wing. Unfortunate race there. What happened there? It's now Jaden Van Ravenstein does lose control of the car and will have to fight through. Well, it's only the 2 Lexus he's going to push out of the bend, so it's up to 2-4 class. But out in front in the LMP2 class, the class of Ray Matters. It's Guy Sonnefeld leading with about 1 second. Then Mike Kraft and Dimitri Baudet pursuing Jasper Kuismanen. That is Alphonse Verlin. Okay. Is it better now? Is it better now? Does it sound better now? And Alphonse... Oh no. Oh no. That does look awfully like a disconnect for Alphonse Verlin. Yep, that is a disconnect for Alphonse Verlin. Oh no. A disconnect for the Hertz Team Jota car. Oh no, that is unfortunate. I don't think that's how Jasper Kuismanen wanted to win this championship. That's Jasper Kuismanen now off to the gravel, and there is Mike Kraft now close pursuit. Into Europol car looking like it's got some pace there. Jasper Kuismanen getting spicy on the... pushing him all the way to the wall. Kraft's having none of it. A little touch there. Jasper Kuismanen trying to hold onto this position with his life. Dimitri Bode in pursuit now. Mike Kraft out wide, but I think he might have done enough. As Bode in the back has lost the car. I think Jasper Kuismanen, beautiful move there from Mike Kraft all the way around the outside. Up into P2 for the Inter-Europol competition car. De Zonneveld now up in front by 4 seconds. Behind the Cadillac of Donal, which has struggled a lot. Who has struggled a lot with this car. He said it's a horrible car to drive. And yeah, we can see him going deep there. The brakes on this car are just, they're really, really sensitive, so it's quite easy to lock the brakes here on this Cadillac. Other than that, Jaden Rabenstein leads 6. Dimitri Bode in pursuit of Cameron Thompson for P4 in class. As the United Motorsports driver is right off the rear wing of the CLX car. Bode looking like he's got a lot more pace than Thompson in this stage of the race. Go for a move one way or the other. Alphonse Velling back on track, but he's 1 lap down. He's not 1 lap behind the class leader. Well, actually he might be. I think he's down by 1 lap, Alphonse Velling. There are no safety cars in this. I mean, there are safety cars in this game, but we don't want to see an accident of this size. I think Jasper Kuismanen has done enough. Even though Mike Kraft is seemingly the quicker driver at the moment. Of the two, he's on front, out in front by 5 seconds. Full pursuit on the Cadillac, no pressure, having the time of his life right now. Just bringing this to an end and actually being the driver who will tie Omar Ali in terms of who gets the most points and getting into second place. Well, that is an unlucky way to lose a championship. Would have liked a little bit more entertaining finish. Nicolas is still trying to navigate through this LGT3 traffic. Alexander Schultz. His title hopes are not over, but I think he knows that his teammate needs to quickly drive off. I don't know about this track, but he looks like the quicker driver at the moment, considering he has a gap of 2.4 seconds right now, and also has taken pole. So I think Corey Jason will close this title out, unless he does a terrible mistake, which would cost him a win. But nevertheless, it would be a 1-2 for Lexus in the championship. Now we have this fight between Edward Penner and Andrew Taylor, Lamborghini and Corvette. Home ground for Edward Penner, but also home ground for the Corvette here at Sebring. Six car looking like the faster of the two now. It's gonna have this slipstream. Try closing in on Taylor. But it seems like it's got a little bit more straight line speed and just has that tiny advantage over Lamborghini here Sebring. I think it might be a setup because the Lamborghini just looks that much faster in corners, low as well as high speed. This is actually for P4. Don't count out Thomas Rumble, he's in close pursuit of Aldrich St. Jules, so you can see a little fight here, even though the McLaren just goes sideways there. But other than that, it has calmed down. Oh my god, that changes everything. Jasper Kuismanen lost his rear wing, and with that obviously he's not going to have any kind of grip. Just don't rejoin in the bad position, huh? Just don't get in the way of the LMGT3 class, and he does avoid getting into the way of the Lexus. And well, that means one of the championship contenders is one lap down, and the other one is probably going to have to stop, which is also going to cost him around one lap. And Jasper Kuismanen with a 360 does manage to save the car, and he can go all the way until the end with that car. But the two Finnish drivers will battle it out, not for P1, but one lap down of P1 for the championship. Let's see where he'll come out at the moment. And P2 looking quite relaxed. Other than that, Cameron Thompson cruising P4. Division Bordet up ahead. Minecraft 8 seconds behind the class leader. Dimitri Bordet 12 seconds behind Minecraft. Cameron Thompson 14 seconds behind, and Jaden Ravenstein in pursuit of the CLX racing car. The gap between Alphonse Valley and Jasper Kuismanen is around one lap. Alphonse Valley going over start finish. That is if Jake can finish this race. Let's hope he can, because he's got some severe PC issues at times. Oh, whoops, my bad. I wasn't meant to do that. So, there we go. Giorgio, so Jape did spin, costing him his rear wing, which means that he and Alphonse are now gonna be on the same lap. And looking at the position of the Ernst Giorgio car, he's gonna be at the pit lane in a nick of time. You can see, oh, there's Thomas Rumble there. He's now gonna go past the pit lane. Jasper Kuismanen coming out of the pit lane. Oh, that's the wrong car. Oh, and Alphonse Valley. Does go past Jasper Kuismanen. It's not enough though. It's not enough for Alphonse Valley. Here is Alphonse Valley. Behind you have the overall leader of Norbert Crackle lapping the LMP2 prototype. There is Alphonse Valley, and there is Jasper Kuismanen. The gap is 13 seconds. Miracles do happen indeed. Let's hope Jasper Kuismanen can catch up to Valley, so we can see a nice little fight here for the championship. But at the moment, it's looking like it won't be enough. Jasper Kuismanen will score 1 point and Berlin will score 2 points, it's still going the way of Jasper Kuismanen. That is if none of the other LMP2 drivers do DNF in this race. Geo, because mostly both the first point being that it's Sebring, which means no one likes the track, or very little drivers like this track. And then every championship is decided in Hypercar. And well, since we're on a Monday with a small field, that's kind of about it. Just a lot of inconvenient factors coming together all at once. Van Ravenstein having some problems. Intercar is in the pit lane. Is this a DNF for Jaden Van Ravenstein? Is this a DNF? Or will he come out again? If it's a DNF, then it's 2 points for Jasper Kuismanen and 4 for Alphonse Verlin, which will mean that the gap is only 2 points, but still the favor of Kuismanen. It doesn't look like it's a DNF. It does look very interesting. He's in the pit lane. Ravenstein is in the pit lane, but he's not coming out. That is Kuismanen getting lapped by the class leader. It's definitely an F. Is that Edward Panner? It is Edward Panner. And I don't know if you know, but this does mean Andrew Taylor is currently sitting in P3 and could be on for a podium here. Because these two are now getting pretty spicy up behind. Le Mans Ultimate put Jaden back into the lobby. He's still ahead of Alphonse Verlin, but this is the gap on track. This is the gap between Jaden. This is Jaden Van Ravenstein off into the barrier. Well, that does put Alphonse Verlin ahead, and it does put Jasper Kuismanen ahead, as Alphonse Verlin also has a moment. I'm not sure why the server didn't put it at 12 AM though. The time of the day. And Jaden Ravenstein now up and running again. Right now, Alphonse Verlin will get 4 points and Jasper Kuismanen will get 2 points, which means Jasper Kuismanen wins by 2. Yeah, by 2 more points. Alphonse Verlin currently being 105 seconds behind the pair of LMP3 cars. The gap between Alphonse Verlin and Jake Van Deren is 103 seconds. Overtaking Van Deren would put them equally. And since Alphonse Verlin has won Le Mans and Jasper Kuismanen has won Spa-Francorchamps and Bahrain, this would put them equal. This would put the two of them equal. But Jasper Kuismanen would still be the champion going after wins. So Alphonse Verlin will need P4 here. I think he's gaining a lot on Jake Van Laren, but it's 1/3 is down of this race. So this will be interesting. Up in GT3, it's the two Lexus cruising in P1 and P2. Still fighting for a championship, but Corey Jason is 3 seconds ahead of Aldrich St. Jules, almost 4 seconds. Up in hypercar. Ashton has found his rhythm, it seems. This is the leader of LMP2 lapping the leader in LMP3. He's on a felt. I'm pretty sure he would have been up there if he did race the full season. Let's hope he'll be with us next season. Maybe in hypercar, maybe in LMP2, we'll see. Minutes remaining. Of the race director. This is Guy Zonneveld lapping Jake Van Laren as well as Jaden Van Ravenstein. Jake Van Laren now into the pit lane. That's a plenty early stop for the number 63 car. It is possible to go until the end. Don't keep in mind, Alphonse Verlin still has to stop. Just a Kuismanen. Maybe, but he'll have to lift the coast quite a bit. He might be able to go till the end. Yep, the two World Championship contenders are currently sitting in, not last, but second to last and third to last. They will overtake Van Laren, however. This battle is still going on. As Andrew Taylor is lapping solidly, only 1 second off the class leaders per lap. It's not bad. Keep in mind where it was in the start of the season, as we have a big shot in the back between the Lamborghini and one of the LMP2 cars, Dimitri Baudet. This might have been a black screen for Panna, I'm not entirely sure, but the Lamborghini is rolling again. P1 and LMP2 championship is still Jasper Kuismanen. Now Jake Van Laren is coming out of the pit lane. Alphonse Verlin in close pursuit. There is Van Laren. There is Verlin, not far behind. The gap is about 9 seconds. Now Ashton is slapping quicker than Robert Cracker at the moment. So might see coming the Cadillac coming back at the Ferrari. So looking at the podiums at the moment for the hypercars, obviously Cracker and Odenor. Then in LB2 it's Guy Zonneveld, Minecraft and Dimitri Baudet. In GT3 it is Corey Jason, Aldrich St. Jules and Andrew Taylor on the podium, which would be an incredible success for him and Corvette. Lobo Penner into the pits and now Whitfield and Verlin getting spicy. Let's enjoy the car around the outside. while we're at it. Oh fuck, I still haven't locked this. But we're just gonna do it this way. Let's go on board with Jack Van Larry. Getting a blue flag here by either the class leader or one of the hypercars, and I think yeah, that is the Cadillac roaring by. You can see how bumpy this track is in the onboard. The cars are jumping all over the place. It's hell to drive this in a prototype and not lock any tire. The gap is only 4 seconds. Wheel behind. As you can see, the gap between Velling and Valera is only 3.4 seconds. This is not only for the drivers, but also for the constructors. Bremer will try to hold Velling up with Valera. Reach a halfway point of this oh, that was Van Ravenstein sending out Preco White. Standing on the ideal line. I have no idea what this in the middle is. It's only on the CLX car. So let's go back on board with Van Leeuwen, and you can see the Hertz Team Jota car up behind the Prema, number 63. And he's closing in rapidly. Alphonse just looking like he has that much more pace than Van Leeuwen. And now up behind the Prema. Leeuwen going wide. They're rallying right behind number 63 car. He's definitely gonna try to hold them up here. Jack Van Leeuwen defends the inside line, sticks to it. Velling going on a wide exit there. Van Leeuwen giving him space, but staying fair. He's gonna try to send it down the inside, and that's a lockup for Van Leeuwen, and that is it to the wall. That was way too ambitious from the Prema. Trying everything to keep him behind. But that was just way too ambitious on the brakes there. This is a chaotic race. A very chaotic race. Thomas rumbled to the pit lane. So we only have 3 cars on a leading lap. So we have had Guy Sonneveld, who's doing absolutely mighty pace at the moment. Then Mike Kraft, who's doing a pretty good race. Cameron Thomas with a surprising performance in P3. Dimitri Baudet, who has had that collision and is 1 stop down on the rest. Jack Van Leeuwen, who is 1 stop down as well, and has had going straight into the wall, and Velling now into the pit lane. There is the stop for Alphonse Velling. We have Jasper Kuismanen, who's a big stop down, and then Jack Van Leeuwen, who's over 2 laps down. 2 stops down. So Van Leeuwen goes by. 20 seconds back still. And I think he'll have to stop one more time because I'm not exactly great with the fuel economy. The gap between Alphonse and Baudet is... at the moment it's roughly 100 seconds. I don't know, Kuismanen might have to go into the pits again. So, the two primary cars separated by 29 seconds. Let's have a look between Alphonse Valley and Jasper Kuismanen. Currently, it's 10 seconds, and Alphonse Valley looks like the far quicker driver. Leader in LMGT3, Corey Jason, has had a moment. Was it all by himself, or did he make contact with an LMGT3? An LMG2? That's while we're at it, let's have a look at it. Lexus going. Oh, would be a lot more nice with graphics. The Lexus through the final sector. All good thus far, and I fear it might be at the final corner because he just passed the pit lane. Corey Jason already saying he does not like the way his car does handle. Oh yes, he went too wide there, and then a big shunt. But totally on himself. Wait, how do I? There, they are back to off. Okay. So that makes this chaotic race even more chaotic, which does promote Alderson Jules into P1 at the moment in LMGT3 and Andrew Taylor into second position. This could be an absolutely mighty result here for the Corvette driver. It's only 27 minutes left. But then again, that's half the race, and you never know what happens. This will definitely help out Corvette, and especially Taylor, who's had a difficult start to the season with being lapped twice in the opening round. That is a lot of improvement for sure he made over the course of these past weekends, with scoring his first point at Le Mans. In fact, 2 of them, and then the race after scoring 2 more points, and this haul of 12 points would boost him to 16 points, which would put him up quite a bunch. I think it would be might put him P7 in the standings. P7 or P8 in the LMGT3 standings when it was in P14 for the majority of the season. As he now comes himself into the pit lane. Corey Jason currently down in 4th place behind the Mustang of Jess Whitfield, is also having a rather silent race at the moment. He's over 1 lap behind Andrew Taylor. Obviously, keep in mind that that will all change. Well, Andrew Taylor repeating Elric St. Jules leads in still. Now 100 seconds ahead of Jake Van Laren, and things are getting spicy here. This is the overall leader, Norbert Cracker, lapping Alphonse Valley and Jasper Kuismanen, and this is for position between the two of them. Both of them have done the stop. This is for position, even if Kuismanen loses out to Valley on this occasion. Kuismanen getting defensive, they're getting his elbows up, but I think Valley did fly past. Is Kuismanen gonna go for a similar dive like his teammate did before? Yes, but I think Valley just got that much more tires on, and Kuismanen doesn't really want to defend it too much, because after all it's still for 7th and 6th position, and Alphonse Valley will still need a big haul of points to get ahead of Jasper Kuismanen. Jake Van Laren is the next car up in front, 24 seconds. It's definitely possible for Alphonse Valley, seeing his pace and how the Prema cars are struggling, both of them here around Sebring. But I do not think it will be enough for him to catch up to Dimitri Baudet. Let's have a look at the result and how many stops everyone has done. Once the tower comes on, taking its time. So, the top 5 haven't been in the pits yet, but Baudet, Van Laren, Valley, Kuismanen, and essentially every other car has. Elric St. Jules now coming out in front of Alphonse Valley and Jasper Kuismanen. That means the LMP2 cars are finally over and done with the GT3 traffic. It's just that much better. It would be like 50 more minutes. I think it's just better this way. It's better having it this way. St. Jules. Awfully chaotic race, that is for sure. When will the leaders come? Zonneveld stays out, Kraft stays out. Cameron Thompson on for his best ever finish and definitely helping CLX Racing clearing the likes of inter-Europol competition and United Autosports as well as Alpine. Or not Alpine, Alpine is actually going to outscore them. But they should definitely stay ahead here. Now Alphonse Valin goes past Eldrick St. Jules, who's in the lead of the race and therefore the Drivers' Championship at the moment. And this would be the most underdog story we've had. Eldrick St. Jules has never looked like, I don't think he's been on anyone's bingo card, but he's to prove that consistency can make the difference. In a race such as this. But well, let's not jinx it. Still got over 20 minutes to go. Just in the pits again. Going again. It's all going wrong for the Lexus driver. He's complained so much about this car, and I think he'll happily take the BMW next season. For my part, I do know that this man is absolutely rapid in that BMW car. The sign-ups will be open right after the race. It's Zonneveld now in the pit lane, and that gives the lead of the race in LMP2 to Mike Kraft. And oh my days, why is this not rendering in the back? Now let's watch how Alphonse Valin goes past the second of the Prema cars. Jack Van Leren this time that much more careful, but Valin goes wide. Van Leren might come back at him, but I think Valin has just that much more tires and confidence in the car. He just zoom on the outside. He's on the felt. Don't get confused, he's still one lap ahead of Alphonse Valin. Yeah, currently Mike Kraft leading a race in LP2. Being the only car that's still on the leading lap, but not for long. Cracker is approaching from behind. Minecraft going off wide, we'll have to let the hardcore pass and then get his run on the Lexus. This is the beauty of 3 classes, but getting rid of the LMP2s for this split is just a bad decision because the attendance just absolutely suffers from it, and it's quite unfortunate because we had a big grid a couple of times this season, but the longer the season goes on, less people are motivated to drive. Alphonse Valin now in P5, Kuismanen in P6. And, well, that does mean that... Oh no, that cracker almost hits the wall there. That does mean, on the other hand, that Alphonse will now take home 6 points, whereas Jasper Kuismanen will take home 4 points. Trying to just invert the cars there, did the old switcheroo. And this championship is definitely looking like it's going to go the way of Jasper Kuismanen. Eamon Ravenstein off into the dirt. Not looking like he's got control of this individual competition car. Mike Kraft, the other Europe competition car. This cam is kind of bugged, I think. Coming out the pit lane. Of Cameron Thompson, you can see at the front, has had to put on some tape. That CLX racing car on for its best finish of the entire season. But he's only 7 seconds ahead of Dimitri Baudet. So in these 15 minutes of the race, now see a little bit of fun. And Taylor passing the only that is past in the pit lane. However, at the moment, it does look like it's... No, it will go, it seemingly will go the way of Prema and Jasper Kuismanen, but definitely absolutely great season here from Alphonse Valley and the Hertz team. Jota, the only car, keep in mind, the only team that has one car in the operating in this championship against the two cars that Prema has to offer, and well, just an amazing job there by Alphonse Valley, who started this season pretty much in, well, he himself started in Monza, but also Robert English, big props to him. 2 podiums in his second and third ever league race is definitely a sight to behold, and also his performance at Le Mans, his third place, did keep the Jota team in this fight. It would be a shame if we didn't see the two of them together next season. That is the Cadillac coming out of the pit lane. I think this might be... Precker hasn't been in the pits yet. But the stop is obviously not going to take long. So now the Ferrari comes in. Just don't get a drive through. He should be fine, but he's looking at the quicker man either way. One lap down. It does mean one lap down to the leading car, in this case being Norbert Precker. And this is the gap to the next car up in front. I think this will be the fight we'll be looking for. Cameron Thompson against Dimitri Baudet. 6 seconds, 6.3 seconds is what separates them. And we get 30 more minutes to go. If Baudet doesn't make a mistake, he could be on for a podium here. But keep in mind that CLX Racing and United Autosports are equal on points, so whoever finished this race in front will take home 3rd place in the World Constructors Championship. He's not getting too lucky with the traffic, isn't he? Then with Dimitri Baudet, he's up behind Corey Jason now, who's still running. It's still valuable points for him, and he'll get more on Tayo. Just a really chaotic race. Jasper Kuismanen having a moment there. The two Premas are being separated by much. Now Jack Van Laren having a moment, and that is the rearing off. And Jack Van Laren has struggled with PC problems for the entire season. He just needs to go until the end. Getting out really nicely, at least that. Yeah, horrifying season for Jack Van Laren. I think we'll see him in season 2 again, but who knows? Maybe this Cameron Thompson getting led by the class leader of Guy Zonneveld. Getting nicely out of the way, the CLX Racing car, a bit too much out of the way. That's going to use him a lot of time. United sports car. Up next. So, a very chaotic first season and a very chaotic last race to this season. But definitely season to remember for NXT, the first ever LMU season. On for season 2, let's hope this will be a better one. Learned a lot this season. We'll also feature a new commentator, at least for Split 2, because I myself will be driving Split 2. I'm preparing myself quite a lot now for the season as well, but I felt like the managing was in the first season. Yeah, let's hope we can get enough people for Split 2, can get some good racing, and can separate. Bye, Splits! Also, if you are on the console, which don't have LMU access, don't worry. We also got a set of course competizione for PS and Xbox coming up. Question mark for Xbox. We will launch our sign-ups later on this week, around the weekend. Zonneveld. I don't know. Might have. Will probably be a big penalty for a ground power. Yes, like 10 more minutes. 10 final minutes, and it's all looking secured at the moment. Yes, it could be. Zonneveld is lapping at the same pace as Minecraft at the moment. So let's talk about, while we're here, let's talk about Minecraft. Once again, he's not the top competitor. He never was this season, but he always did everything right when he was racing. He got a podium at Le Mans, he got a podium at Bahrain, and he got a podium now here at Sebring. This man is on a mission, and I think this is the only driver that has a 100% podium rate this season. If he could have raced more, then he definitely could have gotten up. Then he definitely could have done more, but unfortunate for him, it's always these tiny mistakes, but it's never a big mistake, it's never a spin, it's never a crash. He's always silently there and, well, just doesn't make mistakes and feasts off the mistake of others. And at the moment, Minecraft is going the same pace, I'd say even a tiny bit quicker than Zonneveld. Yeah, maybe it's 50 seconds since. Not too big, but a gap that isn't too big is the gap between the CLX car and the United Sports car. We're gonna have some last lap racing action. Dimitri Bode has caught the rear of Cameron Thompson, or is very close to doing so. 1.6 seconds is the gap at the moment. Cameron Thompson definitely looking like he has got the pace. But just a little bit too easy to make some mistakes for him. And the podium will definitely crown his final this season. Would definitely be something nice. For him to enjoy. And unless the two of them collide, and have a massive shunt that costs both of them 90 seconds. Avon's Valley is looking like he's done everything he could today, but the game just wasn't on his side, or faith wasn't on his side. And the championship will go the way of Jasper Kuismanen. Might be some traffic coming up through Dimitri Baudet. Messenger is Whitfield, the Mustang. Baudet absolutely wasting no time. Whitfield might not be the quickest driver, but also podium will be nice for him. He gets out of the way nicely. Not the quickest, but definitely a fair driver. He may have been involved in that incident at Le Mans, but it was a miscommunication between the two hypercars of Norbert Precker and Mohamed Colombo and himself. So 5 more minutes on the clock. That means let's go with Precker. Probably 3 more laps of racing here at Sebring. Jabe would not be the champion. No, if he would finish 8th, he would not be the champion. But for that to happen, he'd have to be lapped 3 times by the likes of Jack Van Deren and Jaden Van Ravenstein. So unless he blows his car into the wall with an engine failure, this will not happen. And he actually had to pit again just for Kuismanen, I think. Now struggling in the early stages of this race, but now he's found his rhythm a bit too late now, because he's 44 seconds behind the leader. But he'll love it to get his hands on another car, because oh yeah, and also this is his first race on a wheel instead of the controller he's usually using, so that also kind of explains why he's down by that much to his class leader. But fair play to Cadillac, another podium coming their way, and I think they might have beat Peugeot out. So 3 more minutes remaining. Well, let's go with Precker. Ah yes, what a season it could have been for Precker. The first 2 races he wasn't there. But to be fair, he never really was the match for Omar Ali. He was just always in 2nd place. But not a lot of big mistakes, kind of like Minecraft. And now that Omar Ali's gone, he's just absolutely straight up dominating the last couple of rounds. It'll be a nice 2nd place for him in the championship. It'll be 16 points for him added to his account. But well, at the moment, he is sitting shy of Omar Ali by roughly 30 points. So that gap will come down to 11 points. Well, it's still not enough. 2nd place. It's not that bad. The National will also take 3rd place after the Cadillac. Number 2 Cadillac, not racing ever since Le Mans. It is 3rd place in the championship for the number 2 car. As now the final 2 minutes of this race are upon us. And actually, Cameron Thompson and Dimitri Baudet, the gap just barely 1 second, 8 tenths now. The gap between these 2 drivers. Looking pretty evenly matched. Now it's closing. Baudet is now closing in on Thompson. That is the Cadillac approaching in the distance. last time. We'll go on board with the CLX car of Cameron Thompson in pursuit of the United Autosports car. This is not the tape is not helping. That's not really the best. I definitely need to change some hotkeys as well, but this is much better. Yep, it's 5 tenths now. This just might be the better exit for the United Autosports car. They go wheel to wheel down the back straight on this last 5 seconds. There's an LP2 car. What is this wreckage on the inside there? Can they go wide? Here comes the hypercar. Down the inside, the CLX car on the United car. There's still some wheel to wheel. Cameron Thompson is going to have the bit slower around there. Now the Cadillac flying by gets one of them, gets 2 of them, and now Cameron Thompson has 1 more lap to get it done. He goes down the inside, and there's contact between the 2 of them. There was just no space on the inside for Cameron Thompson there. But the gap to Alphonse Velling is quite high, so I don't think this will affect the championship. But it's a puncture. It's a puncture for the United Autosports car. With the last lap collisioner, Cameron Thompson is going. I think it is a puncture. It might be a puncture. Yes, it might be a puncture. This could be a penalty for Cameron Thompson, but it's 68 seconds. This is not for positioner, so I have no idea why Kuismanen is fighting this at the moment. But let's watch Norbert Precker through the final corner. He goes, and he's gonna win it once again here. Norbert Precker is gonna win it all here at the Sebring. Norbert Precker wins the final race of the season once again. 3 out of 3 for Precker. And Velling and Kuismanen not really. Have they made contact on the final lap? I'm really eager to see about that. Guy Sonnefeld wins LMP2. Alphonse Velling and Jasper Kuismanen will have to go 1 more lap. What a chaotic race it was. Eldrick St. Jules will, I don't know if he is aware, but he will clinch it all here tonight at the Sebring. Eldrick St. Jules is your Season 1 champion for LMGT3. He wins in LMGT3, and Andrew Taylor will bring it home, a 2nd place finish. There wasn't a puncture, it was a broken suspension. Huh? I think Velling is not champion. No, I think Kuismanen is champion. Yeah, Kuismanen should be the champion. There was a big mistake there from Cameron Thompson a bit late on. It might have been a racing incident. Let me see about that. Jess Whitfield will claim 3rd place. A podium for Ford. A podium for the Mustang. The first podium of the season for Jess Whitfield and Ford. Beautiful, kept it out of the wall. Mostly Corey Jason, the most unlucky driver of the entire season. He'll have his redemption with BMW in Season 2. But Andrew Taylor is on his way. And what a podium this one is for Corvette. For Andrew Taylor, this was in the making for a very long time. But Andrew Taylor gets 2nd in LMGT3. Ashley Law obviously is 2nd in LMP2 in Hypercar. Minecraft 2nd in LMP2. Cameron Thompson for now 3rd in LMP2. Let's see about that. Yeah, these are your results, and here we have some donuts from the Corvette celebrating that first podium. He did definitely deserve that one to finish off the season. So, looking at not the session, the mid-race results, there we go. So, Norbert Precker wins overall from Ashton on the North, then Guy Sonneveld, Minecraft, Cameron Thompson, Dimitri Baudet, Alphonse Welling, Jasper Kuismanen, your champion for LMP2 as it stands. Eldrick St. Jules, champion in LMGT3, Andrew Taylor, then Jess Whitford, Corey Jason, Jack Van Leren, Jaden Van Ravenstein, TJ Rumble, Edward Penner, and Ben Morris Hodges complete our smallest grid of the entire season. I wish we had time for more, but no interviews. I think we can actually do interviews, but we won't have a screen, unfortunately. Shut. So, 8 people on the audience, and so let's make the announcement very quick. Actually, Jabe, can you do that? Can you make the announcement for LMU interviews? So, first one of the bunch, Jack Van Leren, come onto the beach. Oh, maybe I should unmute myself. Hello, Jack. So, yeah, well, a race to forget, I think, for you. A lot of rear wings were lost. So, what exactly did happen there to you? Why did you spin it that often? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Dirt here is not as impactful usually in this game, but yeah, still it exists, and well, we can only hope next season will be better. I heard about LMGT3 rumors. Oh, that is unfortunate to hear. But, well, at least it was a final race where you and Jasper did clinch the Constructors title with 2 points to the Team Jota team. Ah, yeah, for Formula 1 with the Williams team. I do remember. So, Jake, then a lot of luck for whatever you're doing next, and thanks for showing up, and well, have a good retirement. Yeah, we definitely do appreciate that, these nice words. Thank you, and the next driver, Alphonse Velin. Oh, Alphonse, what a race. It's so unfortunate. In that final race, boom, disconnect. And yeah, unfortunately, seemingly not. It was the worst possible timing as well. You did everything you could. And even on the last lap, the two cars ahead did make contact. And one of them did have huge suspension issues. But oh well, in the end it wasn't enough. It's probably it's not a great feeling, I think. I wouldn't want to be you in this moment. Yeah, but it's a mega season. You did a lot of work, and I think the best. You can be really proud of yourself because you challenged Prema with only one car throughout the entire season, and absolutely monstrous season there from you guys. And, well, I do know that we'll be seeing you next season. And I heard something about the LMGT3 class in Split 1. Yeah, a lot of contention about the BMW there. Yeah, 3 to 4 people. Sorry if I'm interrupting you. If you have anything to say, just go for it. As cold as Kimi Raikkonen. So, Alphonse. Well, I don't have a lot to say anymore. Just, I feel very sorry for what happened. But, well, let's hope it will be better next season. Yeah. Let's hope for that. Alright, thank you for your time. And Jasper Kuismanen. So, Jasper, what a final race to the season was. It had every bit of drama. At first, the disconnect of Alphonse. I gotta ask, did you notice that he got disconnected? Yeah, he recovered from one that down. Then you had the big incident where you lost your rear wing. What had happened there exactly? Yeah. Also, I'd suggest just talking to LMU stuff and maybe asking them if they know what's the issue. So, but yeah, obviously, congratulations. What a victory in the championship. It was a very, very, very thrilling last race in the end with a lot of unexpected podiums and unexpected results. And completely unexpected LMGT3 champion, as well as several unexpected podium sitters. And, well, then there's obviously you. I don't think you expected it either to win it. I think you weren't too confident about your pace at all. Yeah, obviously on the pit stops, there's not every damage you can repair. internal damage. I don't know how much that is a thing in LMU, but IRL it definitely is. So, but well, it all turned out good in the end. I think you did also spin out quite a bit sometimes, but well, it's a hard track, especially in an LP2 car, and well. Well, we're definitely. This is definitely something you boys will have to look into over at Prema, but. Well, next season I heard something about Valkyrie rumors. I don't know if that's still on the table for you. Oh, also interesting. Yeah, surely it's a great car, especially with the rear wing, and as owners, both of us, we are pretty. I can tell you guys, we are very relieved that this season is over. It has come to an end. It was a very controversial, very chaotic season, but we learned a lot, and let's hope that next season we can implement that new knowledge about LMU. Do you have anything to say as owner? Yeah, we'll try to live up to these. So, then thanks for your time. Go enjoy your victory, and we have two more LMP2 drivers that want to speak on the stage. So, Mike, another race, another podium, and I said it on the stream. It was just another almost flawless race for you. Where came that pace in the first stint, though? This week as well. Did you like it? Yeah, you definitely saw that. Yeah, but to be fair, Giesonnefeld at the start was just absolutely flying out in front. I thought from qualifying and practice that he'll be unmatched for the entire race. But hey, you did everything you could and even matched him in the latest stints, I think. So definitely congrats for that pace. And yeah, go on. Yeah, I did see that. Wait. Uh, well, it's still a bunch of points for Inter, and he even scored one, so that adds up Inter's points to 13. I don't think it'll be enough to jump any of the other cars because not every car outscored you, but yeah, Alpine outscored you, and the rest were just too far ahead. Not a good season for Inter, but I heard you. We can expect you next season in the LMP2s, or maybe something else. Okay, that does sound pretty promising. So, unless you've got anything to say, we move on to the next person. Thank you. So, Jaden van Ravenstein can come onto the stage now. So, I've got to ask Jaden, what happened this race? Because it didn't seem like you had any trust in the cover. That's certainly one way to say it. Well, in that case, quite the chaotic weekend for you, but at least you got into Europol 1 more point. So that's at least a little upside. And, well, so I wish you a good retirement then as well. Do what you like to do with your free time, and, well, thank you for participating. And then Gies Sonnefeld, the last driver to be interviewed. So, Gies, absolutely incredibly display of pace once again. And I get asked, where do you find all of this lap time compared to the others? Yeah, we definitely hope to see you back here because your pace was really promising, and I think over a full season you definitely could have, well, at least, at the very least, challenged for the title. Probably even more. But, well, this was just probably your most dominant victory so far, I'd say. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. So, I think you might be, yeah, no, you are, in fact, the driver now in LMP2 with the most wins. So, congrats this season. So, congrats for that. Uh, and, well, so, well, in that case, I don't have anything more to add. What about you? Oh, yeah, it is. It was revealed on the stream. It will be posted in announcements in a couple of minutes once I'm done with the stream and all everything. So, yes. So, well, in that case, thank you for your time. Thank you. Very, very nice words. So, in that case, also to you guys in the chat and on the viewers, we actually peaked at 25 live viewers at a time. So, thanks to that, that's an all-time record for this server. Even better than Le Mans, considering the small grid. Was definitely a nice stream with you guys. A lot of chat activity, and we surely can repeat that in Season 2. So, Season 2 is set to start in about 3 weeks of time. The sign-ups will also open this week for all the tiers in LMU and also as a course for our console guys. So, in that case, just check out the TikTok, check out the newly added Instagram, and make sure to also watch the other races in case you haven't. Join the Discord for an excellent community and always staying up to date. Yeah, no, I have already done that in practice. Good. So, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, a good night to everyone involved. And see you in 3 weeks' time when NXT is back at Qatar.